What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. I was looking down at my phone for my thumbnail. Shame on me. So, I wonder how everybody is doing. Everybody who's not here, but who obviously is going to see this later. I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on with me, where I've been, what I'm doing. Especially because you guys are desperately seeking that sea moss. That sea moss, you guys, is so I love, love, love that sea moss. Um, so I'm hoping to start doing Wednesdays regularly live, and then I could get you ladies back on here that we used to meet with on Sundays. Hopefully, we can do that on here on Wednesday mornings. So yeah, I wonder how everybody's doing though. I know you guys are probably wondering where I've been. So I've been really busy on Telegram. Really busy on Telegram. And also I'm helping people, even though I'm still 100% doing herbs, right? I still have my products. But I'm helping people start businesses. Sorry. I'm helping people start businesses. And so that's what I'm doing on Telegram. Hey, positive vibes. Sure, of course, you know that's why I'm here. I hope all is well. How you doing? But yeah, I'm helping people get their businesses off the ground and encouraging people to keep themselves empowered with the ability to fund their own, budgets, so to speak, during this pandemic. So that's what I've been doing a lot lately. Herbs. I am still, like I said, 100% doing that. Now on Facebook, you guys know that I am Herbalist July. I did start a group in there so that I could keep people satisfied with incoming information. So I've been putting some things in there to help people, and I'm going to continue to do that. So if any of you guys are interested in joining my private group, hit me up on Facebook, Herbalist July, and then we'll get you into the group. But yeah, so let's see. I've got like all this whole, warehouse of a situation in my living room downstairs. And that is because of my black seed oil and my sea moss. So those are very much still, keeping me busy. The capsules, of course, those are keeping me busy as well because, when you get those orders in, these are things that are done literally by my company. So I don't have any outsourcing or anything like that. Everybody, hey, Esme. Everybody gets it straight from scratch. And no additives, no fillers, no nothing. So Esme, I'm so glad she's here. She's one of the people who are going to be on my Zooms. I'm going to be doing the herbal Zooms for like an herbal course. And I am speaking with the people amongst my private group to see when would be a good day, because I also am doing the business Zooms, and that's on Mondays. So if anybody's interested in that, you guys know you can always hit me up here. You could put information in the chat or the live chat here, or you could reach out to me at info@JulyWellness.com. But those are the two things I'm doing right now. So yeah, just wondering what's up with you guys. Hoping that everybody's doing good. Hoping that everybody's well, because I know it's been a while. I know it's been a minute since we've been able to really talk and hang out and stuff. Oops. Okay. Positive vibes. Moringa or spirulina, does it cancel out birth control? Oh, she's having a heavier period since taking the super greens. Wow. Well, those super greens does let me think about that. Let's see. So the birth control is trying to kind of gain control, as it's called, over your hormones and over the menstrual cycle. But you're having two forces work against each other. She was taking 0 capsules and only 2 a day of moringa. She also noticed spotting, but she isn't pregnant. Yeah, birth control is supposed to take away your period, but you do have two forces working against each other. That's for sure. So, yeah, the spirulina. Is she taking both of them? Is she taking both spirulina and moringa? But whatever the case, they both are heavily oxygenated. Um, so yeah, she's going to, there's like a tug of war going on between the synthetic and the natural. Because the natural is there to regulate the body's natural processes, meaning it's trying to regulate her period. But the birth control is trying to control that too. So she's got like a thing going where, let's see, super green balance hormone. Yeah, they balance your hormones. And the birth control, yeah. Let's see, moringa is usually used as a natural way to prevent pregnancy. Oh, really? I didn't know that moringa can prevent pregnancy. Well, then maybe it's the spirulina on the other hand. Is she using both? Oh my goodness, ask me. Wow. Wow, some people use it in Trinidad to abort pregnancy. Ask me, what is it in the spirulina that works against the menstrual cycle? Because to my understanding, by spirulina being a natural green, it's going to heavily oxygenate the body and help to regulate things. So now, one thing I do notice, I will tell you this, I know that things are different between here in the US and there in Trinidad with our herbs. Let's see. Positive Vibe said, I recently researched and seen moringa is used as a natural birth control. Oh, okay. So is that why she's been taking the moringa? To help control or kind of aid with the birth control? And then again, is she taking spirulina? Because I guess the question would be Positive Vibes. Did your girlfriend start off with moringa only, and then were you guys able to tell what like when she started spotting? Was it just because of the moringa, or was she also on spirulina? So sometimes it's good to just focus on one herb so you won't get confused and you'll know which one is actually affecting your body. So that's pretty interesting, you guys. I never knew that about moringa. Does anybody know why moringa controls or prevents pregnancy? Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Okay, she was taking spirulina, but a very low capsule. She was taking moringa for vitamins and minerals. Do you know when, though? So, when, like with my clients, I always tell them to try, we're going to try one thing and then we're going to see how your body reacts to it, because you're not going to be able to tell. So I have a situation where okay, my uncle was taking black seed oil. He was doing really good, and then he got put on a prescription, and then he started noticing pains with arthritis in his joints. And he was asking if the black seed oil was causing it. And I'm like, well, was it causing it before you started your prescription at the doctor? And he's like, no. But the doctor told him that, oh, it's probably the black seed oil. So he started, I told him to start taking turmeric. And I didn't give him anything fancy. I just said, let's just go with the turmeric, right? Because we want to see if that's going to help. And then I told him that there are other things that he can do. And he wanted to know, like, I guess he had done some research and he saw some things that he wanted to try, including like manuka honey with, concocted with a few things, right? And I said, yeah, that's good. But I would suggest that you try one thing at a time to see if you can get rid of the arthritic pain. And he's like, oh, it's fine because I can't afford the honey right now anyway. But yeah, so you got to do things one at a time so that you can clearly see what's going on, and your body will speak to you. It will let you know. So you won't be confused once you add one thing at a time. Now, let's see, she didn't have a period for 5 months straight. Then she took chlorella for a month and was having heavy periods. Okay. She stopped the chlorella because it made her nauseous. So she switched to moringa and spirulina. So she did both of them. Okay. Spirulina relaxes the nerves. So don't take it with blood thinners. Okay. Esme said it can relax the nerves, so you got to be careful taking it with blood thinners. Positive Vibe says she's been fine taking moringa and spirulina. She would alternate between the two, but she noticed she has been spotting on and off for the past month. Well, yeah, well, you do know that moringa is more of a land herb, and then spirulina is a sea vegetable. So if moringa is supposed to complement her birth control, then the spirulina may not be doing the same thing. So I would say perhaps maybe eliminate the spirulina and see if she would have less spotting. That would be my suggestion. What do you think, Esme? Do you think that would be good? But anyway, yeah, so that's a first, guys. I'm glad you guys told me about that, about the moringa. I really am going to go, I'm going to do some research on that. So, Esme, I know I said we would research diabetes when we talked off camera, but I would love to research this as well. I think that would be really good if we can, find out a little bit about natural birth control and what role some of these natural, phyto chemicals play in that. Phyto meaning plant. And then that way, positive herbs, that way you don't have to do, she would still use the birth control, I'm sure, but you won't have any question when you research which herbs would be helpful most regarding her, her period and her hormones. Could it be that the super greens have detoxing effects? Yes, all super greens do. Yeah. But that's why I was saying, because they are a super green, which is why it kind of behooves me, about moringa. That's really interesting. I really don't know why. There's something in there that's really strong. But yeah, that's why I said that the super greens would help regulate her body, because they are super detoxifying. And so when anything is detoxifying your body, it's helping your body to regulate itself and reset itself, so that all of its natural processes will continue to run completely top notch. So yeah. But I would definitely discontinue the spirulina and try the moringa, and then see if the spotting stops. That way, like if you guys start adding anything or detracting anything, um, in addition to that, it's just going to cause more confusion. So the same way it causes confusion here, like, how can we tell, right? Well, the body also can tend to get a little confused. Um, it's used to, like, it's going to do what you tell it to do, basically. You are its guide based upon what you consume. But, then on the other hand, if you were to fast, then your body would guide you and heal itself all on its own. So, there's that option too. But that really has nothing to do with the birth control. She wants the birth control to be effective. So, I understand taking the synthetic mix. And let me just say, you guys, as a disclaimer, I've never been against, yeah, it can be confusing. I know. I've never been against, taking medication for specific things. There are things that you need it for, um, where it seems like it would come in handy to some people who are just, not against it. I am one of those people at times. So, but yeah. Yes, I know it could be a little bit confusing. Your super greens, definitely they do detox. But maybe when you found out, when you read, wherever you guys read that the moringa works as a birth control, there's for sure information why. If they put that out in an article somewhere, they 9 times out of 10 they're gonna back it up with some evidence. So and Esme knows that. That's what we work on that all the time. But yeah, now you guys are gonna have me doing some research. And that's a good thing. I'm gonna be sure and put that in the group chat too, on my Facebook group. Let's see. I would separate the two herbs at different times. Moringa will reduce blood clotting and cramping depending on the severity. So if it reduces blood clotting, I wonder what's in it that controls birth. Because if it's going to reduce blood clotting and cramping, then that means that you'll be able to flow during your menstrual cycle. So yeah, it's a bit confusing until we actually research it with facts. But yeah, I don't want to like put information out here and people, don't really understand what's going on. You said, okay, she said I could send you the info. It would be too much to type out right now. Okay, that would be great. Ask me. I'm gonna do some research on it too. But yeah, I know it can really be confusing. But herbs, they all have such a specific purpose. You never know. You just never know. There could be things that because they can cause side effects too. But they're usually, they're nothing in comparison to synthetic meds when you have side effects with herbs. And the body is you guys heard me say this before. you are organic. The phytochemicals, they are organic, but the synthetic chemicals are not organic. So if you're going to put that in your body, then there's going to be a conflict there because you're organic. So she stopped taking all of the super greens for a few days. Okay. Yeah. Have her read her body. Have her listen to her body. And then, so like, you can't go wrong with that. So I had a situation with one of my classmates. He had a situation where his a relative needed emergency surgery, and they were out of the country. And before the surgery, he was experiencing a lot of, let's just say, health problems, because I don't want to put, specific information out there. He was experiencing a plethora of health problems. And then when he had the operation, the foreign doctors told him to lay off of his medications that he had previously prescribed while he was recovering from surgery. Not only that, he didn't have access to anything during his recovery because of the whole COVID-19 thing. So he couldn't take anything if he wanted to. So all they had was, time and his body healing itself, and water, and, maybe, a little bit of food. And they're very health conscious. Hey, Cliff Lee. They're very health conscious. So he said that he was much more well off than he was prior surgery, when he had a lot of health problems. But when he came back home to the US and he started taking his meds again, things started like going back to, a poor health state. And not only that, but it had gotten worse than at before, right? So I said, take them off of the stuff, I'm like, just try. Hey, Andrea. I was like, just try it. I said, between you and your family, if that's something that you guys think could be, worth a try, if that's, I'm just saying, based off what happened there, and then, putting two and two together. And he was like, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that. He's like, that's what I would have came to. But when it's your family, sometimes you get a little spacey or in a panicked state. And so it makes you forget everything that sometimes. So they tried it, and guess what? He was good. And then they supplemented his nutrition. I mean, he was good, guys. Oh man, positive vibes. Oh, positive vibes. Dang. Okay, what was the last thing you heard? Well, at least there'll be a replay, right? At least there's going to be a replay. Oh man, you guys, I am so fortunate to have you guys. I got two very important women on my team here on this YouTube live, and I just want to acknowledge you two, and I appreciate everything. Esme, that you have always done for me, and being there for me and helping me out and continuing to be there. And Andrea has always been very supportive and is now joining my team. Like, I'm just so grateful to you guys. Okay, Andrea said, what should you do if you're getting leg cramps in your sleep? Ooh, leg cramps in your sleep. You definitely want the magnesium, because there's an imbalance there, and the magnesium relaxes. And then Esme was just saying that that moringa can help relax. So that may be a good herb to have. Um, the only other thing I can say, Andrea, let's see, with the can men take that? Yeah. Yeah, men can take moringa. That's a green. It's a super green. He may need a little bit more protein in his diet, possibly. You know, Andrea, you may have seen it in the group, but I was talking a little bit about creatine and how creatine helps the cells in your muscles to take in water, because sometimes we get a little dehydrated and that could cause the cramping. So the creatine, I would say read up on some creatine. I do like what is their names? Is it Bulk Apothecary? I like them a lot, and I started using them in my products at one time. And not the products that I sell, but the products that I used to make for myself at home when I was weightlifting and stuff. Yeah, you said creatine can mess with your insulin. Everything has to be done in balance, but the creatine definitely helps with the immune system. So what happens is it allows you to absorb certain amino acids and proteins more so into your on a cellular level. So with that being said, and then it allows you to hydrate better, because sometimes we get ourselves in situations, the older we get, where we cannot, we have poor absorption. And so, that whole dehydration thing, it builds up over the years, guys. It builds up over the years, and it can really cause problems. It can really cause problems. That coupled together with calcification. So now the creatine would mess with your insulin when you start to use it the way bodybuilders do, and they have that loading phase, and they load and load and load, and then they just completely, what do? They dehydrate themselves on purpose so that their muscles will pop. But yeah, if you abuse the creatine, it could do that. But if you take it, the way it's useful and in moderation, then you won't have that problem with the insulin. But creatine has gotten a bad rap because of bodybuilders. And so a lot of people, when they hear creatine, they think negative. But yeah, you look it up, like maybe do some research, you'll see. And I put a little bit of research in my Facebook group regarding it, so people can see how it works. So yeah, the leg cramps in your sleep, definitely try that. The thing that caused me to start researching creatine was I had become a distributor of a product that helped people with cancer. And the number one ingredient in that product was good old pure creatine, and it was high quality. So I'm like, creatine? I'm like, how does creatine help with that? It truly helps build the immune system to levels that can help you combat radical cells and whatever else. So yeah. Yeah, Andrea, keep me posted. I hope that works, and as always, stay hydrated in addition to that, keep the hydration going, so that there will be no aggravation on top of aggravation. She Esme says, is it a cramp where the leg locks up? So Esme, what are you thinking? Are you thinking that he needs something stronger than the magnesium and creatine? Offer suggestions if you have something, because let's see. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can. I had an appointment, but I'm gonna see if I can move it a little bit. I'm just gonna text this. Hopefully, you guys can keep that going. Yeah, Charlie horse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Always an imbalance of sodium and magnesium and those electrolytes. When you're having those kind of cramps, you're lacking. You're lacking something, or you're overdosing on something. So yeah. So sorry, I had to check on that. So yeah, guys, let's see, we hit on some really good topics today. Birth control, you know, moringa, how well it helps with that. Um, yeah, the peppermint oil works really good. I wonder, do you guys have any oils, Andrea? I wonder, have we talked about that before? Yeah, so Esme is saying, like, we definitely want to reduce salt when we have cramps, because cramps is oh, cool. And it did it help when you used it? Hopefully it helped. So you have a few oils. Okay, good. Yeah, salt is always a culprit, guys. I just assumed that that went without saying. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that out, Esme, because there are a lot of people here who might not necessarily put two and two together about that. But yeah, definitely, when we have too much of a salt intake, that can cause the dehydration, which can result in cramps, and it can cause inflammation, arthritis, lots of problems from salt. It can cause gout. It can cause it just dries your body out. It dries your body out to the bone. So staying hydrated is so important, and salt will work against that. But then there are certain minerals and, like, sea salt. If you supplemented your regular table salt with Celtic sea salt, some people like Himalayan pink salt. My body never really agreed with Himalayan pink salt, but I do like the Celtic sea salt. So those are healthier because they have a lot of minerals in them that the body needs. Safer. So yeah. Yeah, seawater. Yeah. So uh trying to think, what was I talking about? Oh, I guess we answered everything for positive vibes. But like I said, you'll get to log back on and hear a little bit about that. So, how's everybody else been? Like, Esme, do you have any good results from things you've been trying lately? How's things been going with you? 'Cause I know we've been talking off and on. And then just me personally, I would say the only thing that like my products pretty much help with the things that I've been dealing with. But everybody just like has such a good experience with using you know, sea moss, whether they're doing capsules or the gel or whatever. Um, that has really been helping people to like, I know it when I take sea moss, when I take sea moss, it makes me feel like there's nothing wrong with my body at all. Like it just makes my body, it feels like it's watering my body like a plant, like a flower, like you're pouring water in a plant. So I noticed that it helps me stay hydrated. Like, have you guys ever noticed that when you get raw sea moss and it's sun dried, it comes sun dried, but then you have to rehydrate it. And when you rehydrate it, it perks up and spreads out and expands. And it gets back to its natural state, like how it looks in the sea. Uh, that's my that's my uh-oh. All right, you know what, guys? I need to end this because I got an important phone call to make. Um, yep, just got that message back. All right, so look, let's try this. Hi, Inner Journey. Hey, let's try this again next Wednesday. You know, if I if anybody wants to do it before then, let me know. I'm hoping I can like maybe see how this goes, and then we'll see if we add more days or whatever. But I would love to continue to do Wednesday mornings for live for consultations. But I know I'm so sorry. You're so welcome, Andrea. Esme, thank you so much for your input. I will see you guys again hopefully next week. Otherwise, I'll see you on Facebook. And you guys take care.